is it too early to bust out the dangly snowflake earrings? Because I'm not sure about like what it is for you guys, like where you live, but like here we get a week of fall and then it goes back to being summer for about a week or two, and then it's just full-blown winter. So it's cold, it's like really windy, and I am just ready for it to snow. If it's gonna be this cold, I would rather it just snow. It's a lot prettier to look at. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to check out another video. So it's full-blown allergies, and I used to think that my allergies were in seasons, and I think they're all year now. So my eyes are watering, but I really want to do an eyeshadow look today. So we're going to try to plow through that. They just water in like the corners of my eyes. So if you see the makeup is messed up there, that's why. And then if the shadows don't blend really well in the outer V, again, it's just a little watery, but we're going to work through it. So I know last week on Friday, which is when you guys will see this video, we did the Pan Those Eyeshadows like update, like round 10. And then typically what we've been doing is a week after we do our new round for Pan Those Eyeshadows, we do the like random number generator chooses our eyeshadow placement. And I love doing that. I think it's a lot of fun. However, I just thought that between rounds 9 and 10, there wasn't that much of like a difference between like shade color. And I just did my build your own palette, which went live. That was the last video you guys saw, and I've yet to really get to play with that. So I thought we would combine the two, do my build your own palette with my Pan Those Eyeshadows, but do it as a palette bingo. So I have the Pan Those Eyeshadow shades written down 1 through 10, or I mean not 1 through 10, 1 through 6. And then the build your own palette that I did is 7 through 15, I think. So I'll use pretty random. We will select 6 shades, I think, and try to use them all. If we only end up using 5, that's fine too. I really want to try to do a halo eye, but I'm really excited to pull this in and get to play with it and see how well it does work with my Pan Those eyeshadow shades. So I have pretty random pulled up here. We're gonna draw for the 6 numbers, and then I will swatch everything out on my hand and show you the color palette, and then we'll get into it. I don't want to show you like the actual Pan Those eyeshadows because I don't want any spoilers. So, all right, pretty random. 6 numbers. So number 1 is 10. Number 2 is 2. Number 3 is 8. Number 4 is 1. Number 5 is 13, and number 5 is 6. Okay, so let me make sure that that was 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I will swatch everything out on my hand. I promise no cheating. As you can see, I do have like in my little project pan notebook all the shades like written down and things like that. So that's how I'm like ordering them. But yeah, I'll be right back. So that worked out really nicely. We got 3 Pan Those eyeshadows and 3 from the Build Your Own palette. So the first number we drew corresponds to this shade, which is Vex, I believe, and it's from Dandelions. That's in my Build Your Own palette. Then the shade under that is the Sashimi City from Kaleidos palette, the shade Gourmet. Under that is from the Build Your Own palette. Oh, these go in like, I promise you guys, this was totally random, and I'm playing by the rules because they go every other one. Like 1 is Pan Those eyeshadows, 1 is the Build Your Own palette, like, okay. But anyway, this one right here is the big 3 from ColourPop, which is in my Build Your Own palette. I really wanted to play around with this one. I don't know if it shows up on camera for you guys, but it's like a white base shadow, and then it has like a blue-green shift to it. It's so pretty. Under that is Lituation from the ABH Aina palette, which is our Pan Those eyeshadows. This is Glass Bowl, which is from the Build Your Own palette. And then the shade under here is Oro, which is from the Juvia's Place Festival palette, which is in our Pan Those eyeshadows. So I have no idea like what kind of look to do. My ear is really itchy. I cleaned my earrings, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Give me just a second. I'm going to zoom you in and we will try to come up with something. Okay, I think roughly this is the idea. We're going to put Vex in this crease first, and then we're going to help blend that out with Gourmet from the Kaleidos palette. Then we're going to do a halo eye using Lituation as the inner and outer color and Glass Bowl as the center shade. The big three is going to be our inner corner shade, and then I'm going to use a combination of probably Vex and Lituation on the lower lash line and use the Oro shade to blend them out. I think that's the game plan to do. So I might only do like one eye with you guys on camera and then cut out the bits of me doing the other eye just to make this video a little bit shorter. So if you see that, that's all that's going on there. But yeah, let's get started. So I kind of forgot what I already said my game plan was, but here we go. We're going to take Vex first. So this is that shade from the Build Your Own palette. I'll show you the shades out of the Build Your Own palette, but again, I don't want to do any spoilers, so I'm not going to show you the pans of my Pan Those Eyeshadows shades. Alright, and I forgot to mention, I primed my eyes with the Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer, and then I just set it down with like a cream shadow. So that is all I have done to prep for this, but here we go. I'm a little nervous about this. Hopefully it turns out looking really good. I don't know. I guess we'll do this eye together. This eye is the one that's watering the most though. I have to like, oh, it's so annoying. Can you see how all the makeup's messed up? Anyway, okay, enough stalling, Haley. Alright, so that is what it's looking like so far, and I know it probably doesn't look all that great, but like I said, we're going to take the Gourmet shade from Sashimi, I can never like say that right, to blend out this Vex shade. So hopefully that gives us a nice transition area. Alright, so some of the Vex shade kind of like blended away when I did that. So what I'm going to do is go back in with that shade again and help deepen up the transition area, and then taking the blending brush that we laid down the Gourmet shade with, but I won't like pick up any additional product, but that's how I'll help blend out this like darker kind of interesting like purple blue color. So forget, like Dandelions, I love their mattes, but they're super powdery, and so I will clean all this up in a little bit. Looking at it, I think that's the best we're gonna do. I think if I just keep adding the Vex shade and then blending, like it's just gonna keep kind of blending away. So let's just move on. Let's just be happy with this as our transition area. So then what I'm gonna do is take my cream eyeshadow from my Partners in Cream project pan. I'm gonna put that all over my lid because I like using that as like a sticky base before I do apply like shimmer shades. So then after that, you'll see me take Lituation and do that on the inner and outer, and then Glass Bowl on the center. so this is what we're kind of working with so far. So again, that was Lituation from ABH Jackie Aina on the inner and outer. I don't know why I did it that way, but you get what I'm saying. So now I'm going to take Glass Bowl, the ColourPop single from my BYOP. I'm just going to use my finger to like dab this on the center and kind of help blend out the edges between the two shades. Alright, then I'm taking the crease brush that we laid down Gourmet with, but I don't have any product on this. I'm just going to help blend out like the edge of all of those shadows. Alright, so I know I gotta clean up the fallout so it might look a little funny. I keep like seeing it in the viewfinder, but I just want to show you guys, like, I like the way that Lituation and Glass Bowl pairs together. Like, hopefully you're getting that like effect. Like, Glass Bowl kind of takes on more of like the blue duochrome aspect when paired with that. I would have never thought to put these two colors together, so I'm really happy with this so far. And I do have to apologize. I feel like every time, just a little side tangent, every time I do like an eyeshadow like look video, I feel like I always block the camera from you guys seeing what exactly is going on. So I'm trying to get better about a good setup in order to like film these types of videos. So yeah, but anyway, let me quickly, I forgot to grab my brush, so I'll quickly be right back. I'm going to clean up all the fallout and then we will do the inner corner and lower lash line. All right, I tried to clean that up as best as I could, but like I said, since my eyes are watering, some of the like Vex shade, like, I don't know, it like mixed with the water, and so it's like harder to get off. And then I tried to like reapply the makeup a little bit in the outer corners, but we're not going to judge that part of the eye look. So what we're going to do next is take the Big 3 from ColourPop and put that down as our inner corner shade. I really love this shade, the Big 3, because I feel like depending upon what you pair it with, it can look either more blue or more like minty green. And I think like with this look, it's taking on more of that blue effect since we have so many like more purple leaning shades in the look. So definitely really love that shade. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is apply my Peachy Nude eyeliner, and then we'll do the lower lash line. I've lost my eyeliner, but we will do the lower lash line. And like I said, I'm probably going to put a little bit of Vex, Lituation, and then blend it out with Oro. So I have like a really hard time keeping my mouth closed when I'm doing eyeshadow, but I read somewhere that if you hold your mouth open or stick your tongue out, that it actually does help your focus. So that's all I'm doing. Alright, mascara, and then we will be done. So my Milani, the Violet One lash primer, and then I have my little Deluxe Milk Makeup Kush mascara. That's what I will put on my eyes. Alright, so here we are, final look. I really like the way that this turned out. Again, this was our color story. I do feel like I cheated a little bit by just using Oro to blend out the lower lash line, because I feel like you can't really tell that that's how it was used, but that's okay. I really love how this turned out. I'm so glad that we did this because it worked out to my advantage. I now have a new eyeshadow look to like put into my rotation to help me with my pan those eyeshadows, so I could not be happier. again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you film videos like this and you have like a particular way that you set up your camera, I would love if you left me a comment down below just to help me out when I do film like another video like this. But yeah, one final glance at the finished eye look, and I thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!